So thank you. Now I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Liana Tsakare. I'm attorney at law and lecturer here in Turība University, also a law leader in EY Latvia. And today I will be your moderator and trying to help you get through the day's agenda. So before I start, a few practical things to know. You all received the blue paperwork. So inside you have today's program. And as you can see, it's divided in 3 parts. So 2 of them are readings about the mediation, and the last part is a workshop. And as you can see, it's divided in 2 groups. So everyone can choose in which group they will feel better and want to open a discussion. So then you have information about all our beautiful readers today and the guest speaker, which are very delighted to have here. And the very important thing that you can find the evaluation form inside. I would like to please all to fill this form. It's very important for the project. And at the end of the conference, you can exchange this form to a certificate about participating in this conference. As well, you can find main information about this project and how it develops and what kind of results we expect from the project. And as I said, it's a closing conference. And in those 2 years, which passed very fast, as I guess, the result will be a very good book about the mediation. We have a wide range of mediators and a lot of teaching materials, a lot of students involved, which hopefully will give us a very good background to develop a mediation in the European Union. So as the time continues, I would like all the lecturers today give us more short notice when I'm sitting here that I will check a time, because we are very short on time and those 15 minutes fly very fast. So now, as a welcoming speaker, I would like Dana Rone, attorney at law and mediator, to start our beautiful day in the mediation spirit. Welcome.
Morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here and to see all of you, friends of mine, colleagues of mine, bosses of mine, and students of mine, and, well, really such a pleasure. I will talk about this project because, well, many of you might ask, what kind of project is that and why should I know about this project? Well, better tell me about the mediation, which I can use in my practical life. But now, let's start from the very beginning, why this project was started. So, about the team of the project, there were 4 universities working on this project. 4 universities from Latvia, Turība University, from Lithuania, Vilnius University, from Tallinn, Tallinn Technical University, and from Italy, Genoa University. Why we gathered together and how this started? We had a previous experience. We cooperated already from 2012 until 2014, when we launched one other Erasmus project where we gave lectures for students, intensive program for students who wanted to know more about mediation. And then at the end of that project in 2014, we decided, well, there is a long way to go and there are so many materials we still lack. And what we wanted to do, we wanted to make new goals and reach for more. So we decided in the beginning of 2014, let's write an e-book on mediation. And currently this book is finished and done, and you can read this book chapter by chapter in our webpage. And I thank you to the editor of the book, Francesco Pesce. I thank to Solvita Harbacevich for linguistic editing of this book. Well, without you two, we couldn't have this book already. So if you have your mobiles with you, your computers with you, so check our webpage and you'll see this book, and all chapters are free to download. And this book is published by Italian publishing house Arachne. So the paper form of this book is coming, and we'll see this daylight in these days. Then we decided we need more study materials for students because, well, when the professors are giving lectures for students in mediation. Then we grab one material from one book, another material from the internet. So we wanted to have a full volume. And what we did, we divided this ebook and we attached the study materials close to each section. So that's very useful and very convenient for use. It's also available on our webpage. You can use for yourself if you want to increase your knowledge or if you want to give more information to your colleagues. That's very available now. Then what we did, we decided to make video lectures on mediation, because one thing is when you read materials, but if you watch the mediator talking, if you watch the lecturer talking on mediation, that's completely different perception of the information. So we have 5 video lectures in the internet. Welcome to see that as well. And one of the biggest goals was to create Mediators network. Like we in Latvia, we think that mediators are actively working just in Latvia, but then we contacted our partners in Italy, in Lithuania, in Estonia, and we saw that like mediators are equally effective and equally efficient in all countries. We just don't know about each other. So we have this list of mediators now, not only mediators as natural persons, also mediators as organizations, NGOs, governmental organizations like in Latvia, that's State Probation Service, who are connected or linked to mediation. So we have this list of mediation persons on the webpage as well. And the 5th goal was to, once again, to have an intensive program for students from 4 countries where they could come to Latvia and learn about mediation. And there were teachers from 4 countries and the students coming from 4 countries, but in the end we calculated that there are not only Latvians, Lithuanians, Estonians, and Italians. There were people also from Belarus, people from Ukraine, from Georgia, from many countries. So, what a wide divergence in the universities. This is a particular web page where the ebook is available and materials as well. The book is divided into 2 parts. The first part is national reports. Both national, all 4 national reports are written in the equal style, so it's easy to compare. There are chapters about normative regulation, chapters about institutions, so these national reports are done by 4 authors and cover the whole spectrum of questions related to mediation. And in the second part of ebook, there are various articles on mediation, and you can see the schedule of these articles. There are articles about psychological aspects of mediation, about cultural aspects, European and international law aspects, also very technical aspects like phases of mediation or skills and principles to be used by the mediators. So if you want to know something more about the mediation, here's a resource you can use. And also, most of the authors today are present here in this conference. So take a chance and in the coffee break, do some networking and get some more friends in the mediation circle. Use the time. Then, one other achievement which we reached is study materials on mediation. These materials were prepared with an aim that in the case the persons want to do individual studies, like you're not attending any university or you're not enrolled in any courses, but you want to increase your own skills. So this is a page you can use. And to check whether you have really understood what the author wanted to tell you, we have attached self-evaluation questions. After each chapter, there are like 3 to 5 self-evaluation questions, so you can find out did you got all information right. And the sequence of these self-evaluation questions and study materials are also precisely attached to the chapters of the ebook. Then, regarding video lectures, not all issues are covered, but what we do have, we have family mediation video lecture wonderfully done by Elena Giulia Montorsi. Thank you, Elena. Then there is a video lecture on mediation and access to justice, international perspective, made by our Italian colleague Francesco Pesce. Thank you. And there is Estonian author Tarmo Tuisk, who did a wonderful video lecture on the role of culture in conflict management and negotiations, because mediation is just not about the law and psychology. Sometimes we have to take into account those cultural aspects. And a wonderful video lecture about mediation in Lithuania, and today we will also have 2 speakers about mediation exactly in Lithuania. And this video lecture was done by Vigita Webraite, and, well, one more video lecture done by me on phases of mediation. Then I already touched the issue about Mediators network. Why we created? We had 3 aims in creation of this Mediators network. That was to encourage us, to encourage the mediators to cooperate between each other. Sometimes we are looking for partners in other countries and we don't know where to find them. So this is a list of well spectrum for all 4 countries. Then there was a list, the aim was to provide a list of mediators and also stakeholders in mediation. For instance, if the governmental institution is working on amendments to the law and you want to know how this mediation issue is regulated in other country, so wonderfully you can get a partner from the list and see well, the similar organization in other country. And all in all, to promote access to mediation. And regarding this intensive 2-week study course, well, I cannot resist but smile, remembering the last September when the students were here and how much fun we had all together. And because besides of very intensive studies, students always complain that the studies are too intensive. They had also study visits to the Parliament of Latvia, to the Supreme Court, where thank you, Zane Petersone from the Supreme Court, who showed the students and explained the students about the role of mediation in the litigation process. And for Italian students, there was a wonderful possibility to meet with Ambassador of Italy, and who also showed his support to mediation activities. And in the end, the students passed the final test, and I must say that their skills and their knowledge was remarkable. They were done a good job during these 2 weeks. And our all goal, the highest goal of this project was to minimize the workload in Latvian courts, in Italian courts, Estonian and Lithuanian courts. We can see that since the moment mediation has become more active in these countries, the workload in courts minimized at some stake, and more amicable agreements are concluded, also because of mediation, also because of mutual conversations, negotiations. And this is thanks to mediators, and this is thanks to lawyers and psychologists who know psychological and mediation skills. So that works. So mediation is not a magic tool, but this project shows that if we activize it and if we use it efficiently, then we can reach high goals. So I thank you to project partners. I thank you for listening about this project. And, well, let's have a wonderful day today and listen to all the speakers who follow. And, well, if you have any questions, you can ask right after each presentation, or if we are running out of time sometimes, then let's have a discussions in the end and also in the workshops. You noticed in the schedule that we will have 2 workshops after the lunch. One workshop will be held here, another workshop will be in opposing room. So stay and participate, and the workshop will be organized in in the form of seminar. When we more talk about the mediation, there are no correct or wrong answers. We will just discuss the actual issues on mediation. So thank you for coming, and if any questions arise, please approach me anytime.